Working. Been way up for a minute now. Hold up, it's been a minute. Wow, I've been way up. I can feel it now. Tell my family I'ma get it now.
All right, people, you guys are watching and or listening to another Nomadical YouTube video for your guys' entertainment. Be sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, share, and subscribe for more interesting, epic, cool, and funny content just like this one right here, right now on the Nomadical YouTube channel. And guys, it has been a crazy few days in the last week or so with the entire Israel and Iran conflict situation going very hot in the last few days. We talked about it with Rex's Prime, and yeah, I was definitely very scared. I mean, everybody was rightfully so scared, of course. Just look at my post on my community tab recently saying that we are going back to the sandbox because that's what it was looking like. It was looking like an Iraq War 2.0, and it still could be an Iraq War 2.0 if we aren't vigilant and careful. Guys, the last few days have been crazy, specifically regarding the bombshell, literally, that Donald Trump dropped geopolitically. That being that he took the B-2 Spirit bombers, circumnavigated the world with them, and then dropped bunker busters on the Iranian nuclear facilities. 3 specific ones, to be exact. Guys, dangerous stuff. Dangerous, very risky maneuver by the president. This isn't bombing a third world country like the last few presidents have done. And don't get me wrong, those were bad too. I'm a libertarian. I don't agree with U.S. intervention in the Middle East at all. In fact, I agree with Thomas Massie. It was downright unconstitutional. Thomas Massie, Rand Paul, and even Bernie Sanders would agree too. We were all waving our anti-war banners trying to get the president to stop this madness. And guys, recently, very recently, within the last few hours actually today, Donald Trump unleashed essentially a tweet, a Truth Social post actually, stating that there will now be a complete ceasefire between Israel and Iran, and blah, 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 blah. A lot of ifs, ands, or buts, and maybes, and assumptions that everything will go right and fall into place. And guys, look guys, I don't think this is how geopolitics works. The president doesn't get to just make a tweet and everything goes back to normal. That's just not how it works. You actually have to negotiate. You actually have to talk to people. And initially, according to my sources, Israel and Iran had no idea about this ceasefire agreement, guys. No idea until Trump tweeted about it. That's right. A senior Iranian official initially said that they did not get the memo. Israel was in the middle of throwing a barrage of missiles at Iran when the tweet came out. And later on, another senior Iranian official went on to say that they are actually planning some sort of meeting with Donald Trump and the president to talk about ceasefire in Qatar. So that's some good news. Some good news, guys. However, still a lot up in the air. Still a dangerous world. Iran, following the bombings, and actually prior to the bombings, I'll mention this first. Prior to the bombings, Iran had actually moved their plutonium out of the Fordo facility. So Donald Trump just put a giant hole in Fordo for pretty much no reason because the plutonium is no longer there. The plutonium was moved to a secret base somewhere else in Iran. I don't really know much about Iran's cities, but I think it starts with an I or something. But yeah, it was another secret base that they moved that to, and there's no traces of nuclear energy or anything in the area or radiation. So it seems like those ones, that bomb didn't hit the target. It's also good to mention that Donald Trump didn't take out the shoreline nuclear facilities either. And I think with good reason too, because taking out those shoreline nuclear power plants would poison the entire environment. It would drag Libya and Yemen and Somalia into this war as well, and just make the whole thing a even bigger mess than it already is. Now, Iran's been taking actions recently against the U.S., closing the Strait of Hormuz off to Western ships and only trading with China. So America's basically losing about 7% of its oil imports, and the world is losing 20% of its oil imports. So watch for oil prices to skyrocket in the coming weeks or so. As well as Iran's attack, and I agree with Trump. It was a very weak attack. It was 14 regular old rockets being fired at a military base in Qatar, and let's just say this: they were all struck down. Nobody was hurt, thankfully. There was no damage to equipment. America's anti-missile defense systems win the day again. You just can't beat them conventionally. If Iran really wants to do some damage, and I believe this is what they might be plotting, they have options. They do have options. One, and I think is what they're doing with the plutonium, is use a dirty bomb or EMP type of weapon, maybe even both mixed into one, to damage American naval presence and fighter presence in the area. Or just go after Israel. With an EMP or dirty bomb. That would do some serious damage. Another thing would be to use their drones and their rockets that they can disguise as civilian ships in shipping containers and launch them at an unsuspecting target. Those are both potential options that Iran has, but they're not going to beat them with conventional rockets. America can see it coming miles away. They can even see the ones that Iran can disguise, but it would take a very concentrated and well thought out effort in order to do so and actually land those strikes on America. Another thing I wanted to bring up about this whole conflict, guys, and it's that we are essentially in a position where all we can do is just kind of hope and pray for peace. Basically, it's an ugly world. It's a very scary time to be alive, guys. And if you guys actually want to see peace in the world, the best thing you can do is kind of start with yourself. Is what I'm saying. Start with yourself. Treat others good, treat others kindly, see your families, start preparing, because it's a scary world. It's a shit show right now. This whole thing with Donald Trump just at the push of a button without congressional approval, going on and bombing a potential nuclear power that could potentially start World War III, because we know Iran has nuclear power, for one. They are not an easy country to take over, not to mention the fact that they have the allyship of Russia and China strategically, and they would jump into a war if America put troops on the ground. Very scary stuff. Very scary stuff. I also just want to let you guys know to just be vigilant, keep up the situational awareness over the next few days, keep monitoring the situation. I definitely will, because guys, we are not out of the woods yet, despite Trump's tweet, despite the fact that there may or may not be these Qatari peace deals. We've seen Israel violate ceasefires before. We saw what they did to Hamas. They violated their ceasefire agreement within 48 hours, despite the agreement literally saying that Hamas would phase out their troops and lay down their arms and essentially lock them up, and that Israel could basically build over Palestine and all that. Israel still violated the ceasefire anyways. Israel wants America to go to war. They have all our politicians bought and paid for in the Congress pretty much, besides a handful like Thomas Massey, Rand Paul, and Bernie Sanders, and a couple others. They are very, very much so, probably as much of a threat to America right now as Iran is. And Iran can also easily strike back at America as well. Iran has been talking about sleeper cells and all this craziness. Colonel Douglas McGregor says watch out for a false flag over the next few days or weeks. So keep an eye out, guys. Keep up the situational awareness. And guys, of course, remember, stay safe and stay vigilant. I'll see you guys on the next one. This has been the Nomadic Cole, signing off, and peace be with you.